Well, good morning from the rather damp den of iniquity I call my bike shed. Yeah, so I decided that I should protect my backside from getting damp and muddy this time of year. So I got myself one of these, Mudhugger, small 27.5 rear guard. Obviously to go on a 27.5 hardtail bike, a NS Bikes eccentric 17-inch frame. As you can see, it's pretty wet, damp and cold out there, being as this is early January. Not terribly inviting, but I'm going to try to do as much as I can in my shed rather than having to stand out there, seeing as I'm wearing shorts. Now, it does say that you should put some heli tape onto the seat stays to protect the frame from the guard itself, but I already have tape on my seat stays. Probably can't really see it in this light, but there's a bit of the end of it there where it overlaps. So yeah, the mudguard does come with two sizable sheets of sort of a heli tape material. It's quite thick actually. I might use it for some frame or fork protection later. So yeah, I decided not to bother using that. So thankfully there was just enough room to get my bike up into my old Cycletech work stand, so I can actually check the clearance on the rear tyre. Now, it does state on here that the plastic is 100% recyclable, but don't forget, check with your local authorities, because I know that mine, they don't recycle black plastic. Now, I'm sure I'm quite a lot like a lot of other mountain bikers, young and old. I think a nice Mudhugger decal would be nice with this mudguard. It's cold and I need caffeine. Coffee. Now, the tape that you get with the Mudhugger is actually a very clear, sort of shiny tape. I've got a matte finished frame, so I've actually got this matte finished tape to put on it, which I'm going to use just to fill in the little sections at the top of my chainstays, just to give it a little bit of extra protection there. So got my little sections of protection tape in place there now. There's a little gap there, but that's where the chainstay bends slightly, which is a real pain in the ass to sort out. Luckily, with the whole making a cup of coffee midway through it, meant I got to use my kettle to warm up the tape. Now, the common sense part. I would say put a zip tie first at the lowest fitting for it. Don't do it up too tight, because you'll still need to shift it up and down the frame. If you use that just to hold it in place, so it's not going to wobble around too much and slide up and down too much, then you can use that to actually set it in the right position for yourself. And don't be a dingus and put the zip tie over your hoses and your cable outer. Make sure you run it between the frame and the hoses and outers, or else you're going to have problems. Then do the top one, because if you don't, it just keeps on rocking backwards. There we go, that spins nice and freely there. Got a WTB Vigilante 2.3 on there. Anyone who has got one of these tyres does know that they do actually sit quite wide in the frame. Obviously, make sure you do leave enough clearance under there, so then if you do get anything stuck under there or it clags up too much, it's not going to interfere with the spin of the wheel. Now, on the Mudhugger videos, even though there are, 6 fixing points on the Mudhugger, they do recommend that you just use a maximum of 3 per side. They say that use 2 per side if you do more like cross-country, that sort of thing, like trail riding. I'm going to go through the 3 on each side because I'm really clumsy. And there we have it. Jobs are good done. Because I am quite clumsy, I accidentally pressed the button on my phone and ended the video before I'd actually finished. But yeah, look at this. I think that looks pretty good to me. Now, I've seen quite a few pictures and reviews online gone about how pig ugly these mudguards are. I don't think they look that bad. Although, to be honest, some of the Mudhuggers they've put on the back of their bikes, they look like they've got the wrong size for their bikes. So I would say make sure that you doubly check what size you need for your bike. Because some of them look like proper whale tails on their bikes. So yeah, job done. All I've got to do now is get this lockdown over with, so then I can actually get out to some trails to hopefully not tear this bugger off. Thanks for watching.